Greetings everyone, and welcome to my field experience video presentation. My name is Tim Williams, and as you may have guessed, I'm a health studies major. I am currently a senior in the program, and I look forward to graduating next quarter in the spring. Like my peers in the program, I have a great desire to serve others, especially in regards to health and wellness. My own experiences, coupled with my education, has taught me that our healthcare system can use a little more refining, and that if we are truly to serve our patients, that we need to be thorough in our assessment of health and well-being. Based on this, I decided that I would become a doctor, that I would look at my patients through the lens of a public health expert, because I think it is vital to consider the whole person, context and all, when assessing health. When I say context, I'm referring to the social determinants of health. This concept is most likely familiar to you, and it involves considering social factors of health such as education, socioeconomic status, the built environment, and access to health care. I think if our healthcare system allowed clinicians to utilize a holistic approach, I believe the implications would be beyond beneficial for us all. I really wanted to explore the idea of the built environment, so the Everett Housing Authority seemed to call out to me amongst the choices for Fieldwork. The agency was created by an action of the Everett City Council in order to address the shortage of safe and sanitary dwelling accommodations in the city of Everett available to people of low income at rentals they can afford. 2017 marks the Everett Housing Authority's 75th year of operation. I was actually fortunate enough to attend their employee appreciation lunch where they celebrated their accomplishments for the previous year. Up to this day, EHA has remained intently focused, expanding the supply of affordable housing for low-income persons residing within their service area. I work specifically within their resident service department with service coordinators and their partners. Their key objectives were to support living successfully in residents' own home, to treat them with kindness and respect, to conduct assessments which will evaluate needs for the following: household items, financial literacy, healthcare access and enrollment, current health status, education, employment, goal setting, and much more. They also help to connect residents to resources available in their communities. They also provided classes and programs addressing nutrition, life skills, health, fitness, continuing education, and financial literacy. They also coordinated with various public agencies to assist with living independently. The reason I chose this site is because where we spend our time the most plays a role in our mental and physical health. I thought this would be an excellent opportunity to see how the environment of the Baker Heights community affects the well-being for the residents there. I also wanted to see if there was an opportunity for myself to contribute to improving upon any services they provided to the Baker Heights community. My initial objectives were basically to observe and report. I wanted to meet as many residents as I could and ask them how they felt about their community here. I wanted to observe the resident interaction with the service coordinator. I wanted to learn about the services available to the residents. I had a variety of activities at the Baker Heights community. One of them was to work with the service coordinators to help plan the events they had set up. I also reviewed all of their survey materials and gave feedback on their questions. My typical day usually involved following the service coordinators around as they did their rounds of checking in with some of their residents and following up on tasks such as planning medical visits, getting jobs, connecting them to resources for some of the things they may have wanted or needed. We would usually spend a few hours in the service office working on event materials such as flyers, posters, and discussing logistics of upcoming events. We had two notable accomplishments that I would like to share. The first one is that we were successfully able to put on what we called a singogram raffle for Valentine's Day. in order to raise funds for our health fair. This idea was presented by Martha, the AmeriCorps member who was partnered with the EHA and whom I worked closely with at this site. She studied music therapy in her undergrad and is quite the singer and skilled guitar player. Basically, for $1 per entry, residents could choose a song they would like us to sing to another resident for Valentine's Day. We collected about 40 entries. We also successfully organized what we called the Heart Health Resource Fair. This was a fair focused on healthy heart practices. We had all sorts of vendors show up and provide information on the resources their organization provides. We provided lunch and healthy fruits and vegetables. We even had a cakewalk where we were giving away prizes such as small kitchen appliances, gift baskets, water bottles, blood pressure monitors, and much more. We had close to about 70 residents show up, and they all seemed to enjoy themselves. Here's a couple of photos of the event. I learned so much from this experience, but I want to focus it on our health studies learning objective. When I spoke with residents and discussed successful interventions with the EHA staff, I learned a lot about the various factors that influence health and wellness at individual and community levels. For example, the service coordinators at the Baker Heights community decided to have Zumba lessons once a week, and one of the participants told me that she felt so much more energetic having been a part of those classes. Martha, the AmeriCorps member whom I work with, also told me that she got so many comments of gratitude from the residents whenever she had a music club with them because they felt so uplifted by singing and listening to music. The environment also is a factor, and the Baker Heights community took care to make sure that residents were exposed to a lot of trees, plants, and the amazing view of Mount Baker. I definitely learned the importance of partnering with individuals and communities to improve health outcomes. An example of this is where we were able to gather almost 10 vendors for our Heart Health Resource Fair, and it would not have been such a success without them. Here's a list of the organizations that we recruited if you're interested in learning more about them. In closing, I am very pleased and grateful for this first-hand experience because I always want to keep in mind as I pursue my career as a clinician just how vitally important our community, where we live, affects our overall well-being. I want to thank you for watching my video, and I hope it was enjoyable. I will end with a very well-known quote from Gandhi, but one that holds very true. Be the change you wish to see in the world. Remember that change starts with us as individuals and then grows to change in the community and eventually the world. Thank you so much for watching.